Now that we know how to cook fresh green beans, let's embellish upon this a little bit more. And we're going to put a nice flavor mixed with the beans and color. Color is very important. So I chose a little red grape, tomato, shallots, garlic, panko breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, and a little olive oil, but you can use butter. I just want to point out that you can cut the shallots any way you want, but because of the shape of the vegetable green beans, I'm going to cut them lengthwise in julienne, like so. So when you finish cooking the shallots, they'll kind of wrap themselves around the green beans. And the little tomatoes, just cut in half lengthwise, and the garlic, I just slice that up. The green beans, being that they're long like this, I'm going to cut them in half on a bias, and it'll just be a tighter looking vegetable dish when we're finished. Well, now everything is cut up, and the tomatoes and the green beans are going to go in together at the very end. I'm not looking to disintegrate the tomatoes. I'm trying to keep them whole like this, even though they're cut in half, and just have them warm with the green beans. And we're going to saute the shallots and the garlic. And you can do it a couple of ways. Well, you could have put some butter in there, and if it's on a fairly high flame as it is, the butter will brown, you get a nutty flavor, and we can either cook these vegetables, the shallots and garlic, slower, so we don't have any color on them at all, or a higher flame where we'll pick up some color. And that's the route I'm going to take. I have a high flame, and to quicken this, we could put a lid on it, right on top of it. What that does, keeps the steam in. That means the heat stays in the pan, and of course the items will cook even quicker. And they won't brown as quickly, but that's okay. And I'm going to use salt and pepper to season this only. I'm not going to use any herbs. You can, and this will not take long. It doesn't take a heck of a lot of seasoning for this, so we're not stopping the filming as I usually do and say it takes 2 to 3 minutes. We're just going for this straight on, because as you see, it doesn't really take that long. With the cover, you're getting some nice color in there. And we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this now. Okay? I like pepper, so I put a little bit more. The salt, I'm using sea salt. And I'm not going to use a lot. The person I'm sharing this with, my wife, she'll be adding even more salt to the dish. So I try to keep it a little lighter. And when we're done, if you say, wow, that's a lot of shallots, yes, it is a lot of shallots, and I love shallots. So you can adjust the recipe and use less if you want. This is not the exact way of doing this. This is just something I'm putting together just to show you how to cook the items that we have here and how you go about putting them together. Always have a little cup of, I have black coffee and Kahlua. I start off the day like that. Not every day. Just a lovely mix. We're just about ready. And since I put the salt and pepper on the onions already, on the shallots, as you say. And that's another thing. You don't want to use shallots, you want to use onions, go right ahead. And like I said, you want to put herbs in here, go right ahead. Like you can do this, when it comes to cooking, you can make this dish like 100 different ways. See, I like that also. When you brown up the item, it's not burnt, nice and brown, and it looks better when it's mixed. Now, watch what happens. We're going to add the other ingredients, and now it's only going to take a matter of seconds. Put the green beans in that we have cut, and the tomatoes right with it. High flame. All we're going to do now is just mix this up, and I almost forgot the last ingredient. Let me run across the room and get it. And why am I putting panko breadcrumbs in there? Just to give it a different look, which I like, and that looks good. It almost looks like we have sesame seeds in there. So the panko breadcrumbs don't do too much. If you put a lot, it would like absorb the moisture that's in there and make this a little bit more sticky. Now, if you thought that was too much shallots in the beginning, notice it doesn't seem as much now. And this amount that we made, let's say you had, I'm sorry, this is just enough for 2 people in my book. And we are done. Going to put it on the plate. And we'll take a look. If it was just a side dish, I mean the vegetable to accompany the main course. Now how does that look? The tomatoes, the shallots, the the green beans, and that's pretty, and I know it tastes good too. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, there's one more thing you can do. Notice what's left in the pan. Seems like everything is burnt there. But you take just a 1/4 cup of water and add it to this. Look what happens. We're deglazing the dish, the pan. That's a lot of flavor that's in there. And what are we going to do with this? We are going to pour this over the vegetable, or doing the opposite thing, since it's just about reduced, which is enough. Instead of going that way, just put the vegetables back in, stir, and everything that was stuck to the bottom of the pan, which is a lot of flavor, is now part of the vegetable dish. And there we go. Now all I have to do is warm it up later for dinner, which I'm going to do.